Well, it must be a blue moon because here I am back making another Sims build video. If you don't know who I am, my name is Tiara. I used to be known as Sova on the internet, but I've kind of let that go since Valorant came out. Anyway, I'm here today because I made another Sims build for my save file and Forever World, kind of a combination of both. And I just wanted to share it on the internet. I was pretty proud of it. Another build that I have completed. Now, I've actually been building a lot since my last Sims build video. I just haven't been recording it, or the ones that I have recorded, I haven't felt like editing because it is hours of content and I've actually got some other things going on, so I didn't really have the time. I just want to briefly touch on those other things I have going on. I have been pursuing my dream of publishing a graphic novel. It's sort of still just online publishing for now, but I'm over on my channel, Project Sage Art, regularly every other Sunday, posting videos and updates about the graphic novel as I'm creating it. And I even recently posted a comic dub of the prologue. So there's no obligation to go over and check it out, but that's sort of what I've been up to. Now, here today, this build, there's a lot that went into starting it. So, like I said, I am building up my Forever World / save file. I have this weird relationship with The Sims 4 where I will be super obsessed with the game and play it religiously for a month to 2 months, and then act like the game does not exist whatsoever after that until I get a random urge to start playing and building again. So, what happened this time is I started a save file and I was determined that I was not going to leave that save file until I completed 10 generations. Well, I got bored again. Go figure. So I decided to move to a different family. I made a new family. I actually built a diner, bar, apartment complex when the Hobbies and Businesses expansion pack came out, and I impulse bought it. But with building that place, I also created a family to go in that place. So with that family, I was playing with the young adult son within the family, and he met Kayla Fleming, who came to his bar, right? Are you with me still? So he met Kayla Fleming. He was extremely attracted to her. Well, he thought she was attractive. And they had a little fling, a little thing. Well, I decided to go play as Kayla, and I found out Kayla's not even placed in any world at all. So I decided to flesh out her story a little bit more. So I created Kayla, and then to give her more, I created her twin brother, Christian. So, Kayla and Christian Fleming, the twins, they lived together on this plot of land that I decided to turn into two sort of lower income, kind of tiny, very tiny, as you will see, homes that Kayla is renting one of them, and her brother is sort of crashing with her because he's basically having a hard time being an adult, young adult, but he's having a hard time. I believe the terminology is he's having a failure to launch, which is why he's crashing at his sister's place. Do you see what I did there? I'm getting old. Okay, but even though he's crashing at his sister's place, her place is extremely small. So he is also squatting in the vacant home that your sim could rent, my sim could rent next door. So that's sort of the story that is going on as I'm building this house for these siblings. Originally, I just imported a house from the gallery, but this is my working save file. So I am slowly building things while also playing when I feel like it. so that I don't feel pigeonholed into I can't do this unless I'm doing this. And just whatever feeling I feel like playing after I remember The Sims 4 exists, I can do within this world. So that's backstory about what's going on and what happened. To talk a little bit more about the build. So I've said in a previous video that I am basing Willow Creek in my save file on Michigan. Said before, there's a lot of Willow Creeks in Michigan. I love Michigan. I'm making it Michigan. A big thing in Michigan are brick homes. So many of the older homes and even current homes are brick. It's just the thing here in a lot of places, not everywhere, but in a lot of places. So that's sort of the theme I've been going for. So within this community, I want it to be sort of a range of both lower income to mid-income kind of homes, maybe some ranch styles, but mostly sort of those. I want to be able to put multiple homes on one lot just to make it feel more dense, more lived in, because to be quite honest, when I was building single homes on every lot, which I have done, it felt too big for the vibe I was trying to create. I wanted this community of Willow Creek to be more tight-knit, but also not as high of an income, you know? And that reflects with both Kayla and her brother, because Kayla, she's like an up-and-coming star, but she's not a celebrity by any means, and she's a personal trainer. She just wants to be really fit, and she just so happens, I'm just imagining she like posted on social media a bit or something, and she's like a simpluencer for fitness is my headcanon for her. And then her brother, he can't even find a job because of that notorious job mod that I sort of previewed in one of my legacy challenges. I think it was the Simtress Legacy Challenge that has not got completed, but he can't find a job. So he's working part-time jobs, if you could call it that. He's a part-time criminal, okay, to be real. So yeah, that's sort of just what's going on to make it just more realistic, believable. I will say I did not account for how small these homes would be. Somehow I made it work, if you could call it that. It's definitely probably one half step above a Rags in a Rags to Riches challenge start, but it's something. So the house next door is move-in ready. And the house on the left side is Kayla's house that she's renting along with her brother Christian. At the end of this video, I'm gonna, walk through a little bit of the build. I do my best, okay? I'm not a professional simmer. I am making a graphic novel. So I did my best. This is not my job. It's a hobby. But if you like this build in this video and you think, hey, maybe she's kind of a decent builder, maybe check out my last build. And if you want to, you can subscribe for more. I can't guarantee when the next time I post a video will be, because again, this isn't my focus. My focus is my graphic novel. But if you want to stick around and see, hey, maybe another video will come out in a couple months, maybe a couple years, that'd be cool. Really, I'm just on the road to trying to make my Sims world. At this point, I'm almost 30, and so who knows when it'll actually be done, but here's to hoping it'll get done, and I'll be able to play in a world that I love. But I feel like this is the Simmer's dilemma. You're always pursuing this perfect curated world to play in, and you can never play in it because it's never done. Because there's always more to buy. Thanks, EA. Anyway. Yes. I'm rambling now, so I think I'm gonna stop. But I do want to say that I am actively playing in this world. I play in a different save to sort of maintain the integrity of the working save file. But when I'm bored with building or bored with creating Sims, I just play. And then I forget about the game and then I start over again. Anyway, I'm really curious if you could leave in the comments the way that you play The Sims, because I don't know if my case is unique or special or if that's just how people play. Or I am so curious about the mindset of video game content creators who their main or only game that they play is The Sims. How on earth do they make it so they can maintain doing it consistently? And I know every job is a job. Even my job, which I love, is still a job at some points, but it's like, I don't know, it would just take away the fun for me. But that's just video games in general, hence why this channel is what it is. But anyway, I've been rambling, as I've said before. It's the Midwesterner in me, what can I say? But I'm going to leave you guys with the rest of this video. I don't think I'm going to hop in on the end because my throat is also hurting. I don't talk a lot. So I'm going to say goodbye. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do or don't, you can let me know in the comments or by liking or disliking. You're entitled to your opinion. That is the beautiful part of the internet. So see you guys later. Okay, bye.